Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm back doing a design team video for Not Too Shabby using the Raining Rainbow stamp set and matching tin pins from Darcie's Heart and Home. This is a stamp set that features a really cute little fox and a rainbow. And today we're going to be using the cloud and the rainbow and the flowers. And you make it rain, rainbows will be our sentiment. You could pick up this adorable stamp set and matching tin pins, which if you're not sure what a tin pin is, stay tuned, I'll tell you all about them. They're available for sale at the Not Too Shabby shop. I will have linked in the description box below the link to Not Too Shabby shop, including a link directly to this stamp set and matching tin pins. I'm using Brutus Monroe Detail Ink color Raven Black to stamp this image. I want to tell you a little bit more about the Not Too Shabby shop. One of the things that you'll find if you visit the shop is that there's a nice variety of stamps and accessories from a variety of stamp companies. Not only do they have these Darcie's Heart and Home, but they've got My Favorite Things, Lawn Fawns, Whimsy Stamp, Trinity Stamp. The list just goes on and on. Such a great variety. The Not Too Shabby shop often has sales and discounts. And if you look in the description box below, you'll see a discount code that you can use for your purchases at Not Too Shabby. Also available is a program where you accumulate reward points so that when you make purchases at Not Too Shabby, you are earning points towards future credit on future items. So that's always a wonderful thing. Not Too Shabby has their line of stamps that Jamie, the owner, has developed. So not only do you find stamps from many different companies, but also stamps that are developed by Jamie with Not Too Shabby. So I'd encourage you to check out the shop and also to let you know that there's a Facebook page called Scrapping Stampers where fans can post photos and inspiration of projects they have completed, and we can get ideas from each other on projects that we can make with these wonderful stamps. Normally, free shipping is available on all U.S. orders over 60. However, right now, during the shelter-in-place orders, free shipping is on U.S. orders over $35. So there is a discount there. The Not Too Shabby design team is made up of 15 people, and each day, literally each day, practically virtually each day of the month, a different member of the design team is up showing you a product that is available through the Not Too Shabby shop and how it can be used to create really cute cards and other projects. So you see I have stamped the image out twice. I'm going to color it in using alcohol markers. I'm going to fast forward the footage of me coloring a little bit just for the sake of time. Now you can use any color markers that you would like. You could use alcohol markers or Sharpie markers or gel pen or gel markers, anything. I'm just using your basic rainbow colors here. No surprises. I am spacing the sections of the rainbow so I don't get bleeding between. And I have the cap right beside to show you what color I'm using. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then purple. I have two different colors of purple here. I just kind of left that space in between each one. There's actually little dotted lines. You probably can't see it very well from the, well, I guess you can if you look at the second cloud with rainbow behind it. It has little dash marks that helps you to keep things lined up straight. And then the rainbow, I started off with B14, but then I switched to BG01 because I thought it was a better color blue for what I was looking for. And then for the little flowers, I started using alcohol markers, but then I eventually switched over to Sharpies because the flowers are pretty tiny and delicate, as well as the leaves. And I'm not that good of a alcohol marker Copic colorist, and I was getting a little bit outside the lines, and I just wanted to keep it as neat as possible. I love these fine point Sharpie markers. They are great for coloring. So what a cute, adorable stamp. I really like this rainbow. I'm just filling in so that there's no gaps between the rainbow and the cloud. And then I do the same thing with the rainbow and the cloud and the flowers on the image that I stamped out beside my first image. This time I'm using Sharpies each time, and I'm not getting bleed or any kind of color going outside the lines. I'm really pleased with how this one turned out. I guess it's just really hard to find a marker that's this fine point. I'm sure there's something out there, but I have found that Sharpies are great for coloring small areas like this with this fine tip. Oh, plus the raindrops, I'm coloring those in, and the stems and the leaves of the flowers. There's a little bit of grass there. And then finally coloring in the cloud. This is such a fun image. You could use it in so many different ways, even without the tin pin. So this is a tin pin. You see this little flat smiley face? It's basically a flat back tin button that you glue to the stamp to give it a three-dimensional face. And you can just use a little bit of glossy accents right directly on the face, and then you line up the tin pin. Now you can try to match your cloud with this tin pin. So I used a pretty vibrant blue for my cloud. You could go with a lighter blue if you'd want, but I like the way this looks. I'm happy with it. Next, I'm going to stamp the sentiment and heat emboss it. I have a piece of gray that I die cut with this little fancy little border shape outline. I'm not sure what you call this, little die. And getting my acrylic block, and I'm going to get my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. I'm going to stamp this out with black and then use clear embossing powder to emboss it. Oh, actually I stamp it with gray. Instead of using Nocturne, I'm using Morning Mist, which is gray. I forgot that I used Morning Mist. I'm so used to using Nocturne for all of my sentiments because it does such a great job. I forgot that I used Morning Mist, which is a nice gray color. So I am stamping the sentiment, "You make it rain rainbows," directly on top of this little gray piece. And then I'm going to secure the gray die cut to the directly on top of the yellow die cut. It's a cute sentiment. I like the font as well. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper, fold it in half, and use it to catch my embossing powder with. Such a small sentiment and die, I have to be really careful. I'm afraid that I will bump it and mess up the ink or embossing powder. This is Brutus Monroe Icicle, which is clear embossing powder. And because it's so small, I actually grabbed a pair of tweezers just to help me from not making too much of a mess. And I use that to shake off the extra. Now I speed things up here a little bit just because this is just me gluing. I'm using some art glitter glue to adhere the gray to the yellow. I think they match together so well. I have this really cool pattern paper here that looks like a gray cloudy day. And I have that as the background pattern paper on gray card base. Then I have this flowered pattern, and that goes on the bottom of the card, flowered pattern paper. And then the middle has a rainbow because this card is about raining rainbows. So I definitely had to I had to pull it up off the card because I made a mistake. So that's why it's a little bit stiff looking, but it all works out fine. Okay, and then I put this chevron rainbow pattern paper in the middle. And there we have our 3 different pattern papers to make up this card. We've got the storm clouds at the top, the rainbows in the middle, and the flowers on the bottom. And I'm using my bone folder, my Teflon bone folder, just to get that to lay down a little bit better. A little bit of glue there on the end that I try to erase with the mono sand eraser. It doesn't do a very good job. It still shows up, but I fix it later. So I just go ahead and adhere the sentiment directly to the card base, card panel, pattern paper. But the rainbow with cloud, I use foam dots or foam squares so that it stands up a little bit. I'm getting ready here to get my adhesive out and put it on the back of the stamped rainbow, cloud, flowers, a little bit of everything. These square foam dots are from scrapbook.com. They're very affordable and you get a lot per packet. I'm very pleased with them. I'm going to use my pokey tool and just peel the tape off the back, ready to adhere this to the card. I think it looks really nice. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. The only thing I added that I don't have on video is I added some confetti sequins, the kind that doesn't have any holes in it, and I put them around the card to make it look like raindrops. I'm going to show a still photo of the card and you'll be able to see that sequins and what it looks like. Thanks again for checking out my video. I would encourage you to like it if you found it to be a cute card, comment if you have any questions, or subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Really appreciate you stopping by today. Here you can see up close the photo that has the little sequins, confetti, I guess it's called sequins, makes it look like raindrops on the front of the card there. I really had a lot of fun with this set. At the end of this video, I will link back to the first card that I made in April using this stamp set for Not Too Shabby, featuring the little fox in a little basket. Super cute. Hopefully you'll check that out too. Okay, everybody, thanks again for tuning in. It's great to get to know you through YouTube, and I really appreciate you watching the video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.